Have you ever wondered what life would be like if you picked up and moved to a new country, a place where you know no one and everything is unfamiliar? Picture the thrill of the unknown, the anticipation of a new adventure. But with that comes the daunting prospect of the unexpected, the hurdles, the cultural nuances. It's a balancing act between the exhilaration of discovery and the apprehension of the unfamiliar. This is a journey many have embarked on, and today we'll explore one such story. Meet John, a software developer from San Francisco who decided to move to Japan. In the heart of Silicon Valley, John was a whiz, a prodigy in the world of tech. But beneath the surface of his coding prowess, John was an adventurer, a man on the cusp of a journey that would change his life forever. He had always been intrigued by the land of the rising sun, captivated by its rich culture, its unique fusion of tradition and technology, and its fascinating language that seemed to dance off the tongue. He yearned to experience it firsthand, to immerse himself in the rhythm of its cities, the tranquility of its countryside, and the warmth of its people. So when an opportunity arose for a career advancement in Japan, John didn't think twice. His initial excitement was palpable, like a child on Christmas morning. The chance to combine his love for software development with his passion for Japanese culture was a dream come true. He spent countless hours researching, planning, and preparing for his move. He dove headfirst into learning the language, practicing his kanji with relentless determination. He read up on the customs, the etiquette, even the subway maps of Tokyo. He was determined to hit the ground running, to make the most of this once-in-a-lifetime adventure. But it wasn't all just about the practicalities. It was the anticipation of the unknown, the thrill of starting anew. John was ready to embrace the challenges, to navigate the highs and lows, to learn, grow, and change in ways he had never imagined. He was ready to say goodbye to the familiar, to step out of his comfort zone and into the realm of the extraordinary. The night before his flight, John looked out at the twinkling skyline of San Francisco, a city that had been his home, his comfort, his identity. The reality of the journey ahead began to sink in. He was leaving behind his life as he knew it, embarking on a journey into the unknown. But as John soon found out, the reality of living in a new country can be quite different from the dream. As John settled into his new life in Japan, the challenges began to pile up. Imagine one day you're walking down the familiar streets of San Francisco, and the next you're amidst the hustle and bustle of Tokyo. The neon signs, the crowded subways, the rapid chatter of a language you barely understand, it's an entirely different world. John, like many others who take the leap to experience life in a foreign land, was faced with a host of challenges. The language barrier was the first mountain to climb. Simple tasks like going to the grocery store or asking for directions became a game of charades. It's like being a child again, struggling to express the simplest of thoughts. Then there were the cultural differences. In Japan, the concept of politeness and respect is deeply ingrained in the society, from the way they bow to greet each other, to the way they present and receive business cards with both hands. It's a dance of decorum and etiquette that John was not used to. And let's not forget the inevitable sting of homesickness, the longing for familiar faces, comfort foods, and the simple pleasure of speaking your mother tongue. The loneliness can creep in silently, making you question if the adventure was worth it. Finally, adapting to the work culture was a trial of its own. The Japanese are known for their strong work ethic. Long hours, high expectations, and a deep sense of responsibility towards the job. It was a far cry from the laid-back work-life balance John was accustomed to in San Francisco. All these challenges can make the dream of living abroad seem like a nightmare. It's like being tossed into the deep end of a pool and being asked to swim. It's overwhelming, exhausting, and at times downright scary. John was on the brink of giving up and moving back to San Francisco, but then he realized something crucial. John realized that moving to a new country wasn't just about the physical move, but also about a mental shift. This revelation was a game changer for him. It wasn't just about packing up his belongings and catching a flight. It was about shifting his mindset, adjusting his perspective, and embracing the unknown. John's challenges, which once seemed like towering obstacles, began to transform into opportunities for growth. Every difficulty he encountered was a chance to learn, to adapt, and to become a stronger, more versatile individual. Each hurdle was just another step in his journey, a journey that was shaping him, molding him, and preparing him for the future. He took on the language barrier head-on, not as a barrier that separated him from others, but as a bridge that could connect him to his new community. He started learning the local language one word at a time. Every new phrase he learned, every conversation he had, made him feel more at home. It was challenging, sure, but it was also rewarding. The thrill of successfully navigating a conversation in a foreign language was exhilarating. John didn't just stop at learning the language, he embraced the culture too. He began to appreciate the local cuisine, the vibrant festivals, the unique customs and traditions. He started to see beauty in the differences and diversity, and he found that these differences made life more exciting, more colorful. He adapted to his new environment, not just physically but emotionally too. He found ways to make his new city feel like home. He found his favorite coffee shop, his go-to park for a leisurely stroll, and his new favorite bookstore. He made new friends, built new relationships, and created a new life. John's transformation was not an overnight one, it was a gradual process filled with trials and triumphs. But each day, he was growing, evolving, and becoming a better version of himself. John's story doesn't end here, instead it's just the beginning of his new adventure. His journey of growth and self-discovery continues. Every new day brings a new opportunity, a new challenge, and a new lesson, and John is ready to embrace it all. John's journey gives us a lot to reflect upon. The thrill of moving to a new country is much like the feeling of embarking on an expedition to uncharted territories. The allure of the unknown, the promise of adventure, and the excitement of starting anew, all these elements wrap the experience in an almost magical aura. Yet, as we've seen, this journey is not without its challenges. The initial euphoria gradually gives way to the harsh realities of life in a foreign land. The language barrier, cultural differences, and the struggle to make new friends can often feel overwhelming. It's like being swept off by a current into the deep end of the ocean, struggling to keep your head above water. But remember, it's not the challenges that define us, but how we respond to them. John's story is a testament to the power of adaptability and resilience. He didn't just survive in his new home, he thrived. He learned the language, embraced the culture, and made connections. He navigated through the labyrinth of challenges with the grace of a seasoned traveler, turning obstacles into stepping stones. There's an important lesson in this for all of us. Change, as intimidating as it may seem, holds the potential for immense personal growth. Moving out of our comfort zone forces us to confront our fears and insecurities. It pushes us to evolve, to become better versions of ourselves. It's like a chrysalis stage where we cocoon ourselves in the unfamiliar only to emerge stronger and wiser. John's journey also underscores the importance of patience and perseverance. The road to adaptability is not a straight one, it's filled with twists and turns. There will be moments of self-doubt and frustration, but it's crucial to remember that these are just temporary roadblocks. With time, patience, and a positive mindset, we can overcome these hurdles. Remember, every challenge is an opportunity in disguise, and every new place holds the potential for a new adventure. Moving to a new country is an adventure filled with challenges, surprises, and opportunities for growth. There's something incredibly powerful about stepping out of your comfort zone and jumping headfirst into the unknown, just as our friend John did. Remember, his journey wasn't always smooth sailing. It was filled with obstacles, but it was also filled with valuable lessons and unforgettable experiences. Let's go over some of the key takeaways from John's story. First, embracing new experiences is crucial. Each new experience is like an unopened book, waiting to reveal its secrets. Don't shy away from them, instead embrace them with open arms and an open mind. Secondly, adaptability is key. Living in a new country means adjusting to a new culture, new customs, and possibly even a new language. It's like learning to dance to a different rhythm. It might be challenging at first, but with time, you'll find your feet moving in sync with the beat. Finally, don't forget to seek opportunities for growth. Each challenge you face is not an obstacle, but a chance to learn, to grow, and to become a better version of yourself. Remember, growth often comes from discomfort. So if you're considering a move to a new country, remember John's story, and remember, every challenge is a stepping stone to a new adventure.